The 15th century saw the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade when Portugal and eventually other European kingdoms were able to expand overseas and reach the shores of Africa. With the discovery of America, the demand for African labor grew. By 1518, the first captives were shipped directly from Africa to America. The majority of African slaves were shipped from the coast of West Africa, some 3,000 miles between present-day Senegal, Angola, Benin Republic, Nigeria, and Cameroon. At the coast of Ghana, the oldest European slave castle, Elmina, stands as a testament to the horrid history of the slave trade. It was the last memory that the slaves had of their homeland before being shipped off to the Americas, never to return again. It is estimated that over 60 million Africans were locked up in the dungeons of the Elmina Castle, and over 40 million either died in the castle or on the ships to the Americas. I came here to capture the story of the Elmina Castle. Originally built by the Portuguese, then the Dutch followed by the British, the castle had the capacity to hold 1,000 Africans at any given time. Surprisingly, there were only about 100 Europeans holding thousands of Africans in the dungeons. But how was that possible? The Europeans used the age-old game of tribalism. The locals were made to believe that the slaves were criminals and were not from their tribe. Tribal differences played a key role in fostering the slave trade. And in the dungeons of the castle, the slaves were separated from their tribesmen in order to prevent any form of communication. Tied up in shackles and chains, these Africans were owned by different British companies. The company will then put metals with their initials in fire. Then the hot iron will be put to any part of the human body to brand them with the company's logo. They were then sent to the deep dungeons where they were kept for at least 2 weeks to 3 months, waiting for the arrival of the slave ships. The Elmina Castle serves as a reminder of our tragic past as Africans. As I turn away from the past, I come to know how the people of Elmina are forging their present lives while coexisting with the castle. What activities are they carrying out?
Hi, welcome to Elmina Castle. Have you ever heard of Elmina Castle? This is the oldest European building in sub-Saharan Africa. More than 30 million Africans, can you imagine that? 30 million Africans went into slavery through this castle. So I'm here to give you a highlight on the story of Elmina Castle. Follow me. Let's tell you the story.
I love this beats. I love this beats.
Okay, this is the captain of my boat that is going to take us around Elmina Castle, and we'll look about the community, how they are living, the fishing, and so, Captain.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for the ride?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm Prince.
Prince. I'm Samka. For Gyro TV.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
Yes.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, okay.
So you are welcome to Elmina.
Yeah.
This is an old town. It has been there for about 200 years. It's as old as America.
Wow.
Yes, because it was there before Columbus, took some of our people, take them out there to go and build America. So Elmina is as old as America. So at this point on the boat, I'm going to tell you the present lifestyle of our people whilst we are on the water. In the castle is the past. and on the water, we
Is
talk about the
the
present.
present. Okay.
Now, you are welcome to Elmina Fish Market.
Elmina Fish
Market, and it's also a fish village as well. Okay, and as you can see it, this environment is the not normal environment. Normally, the normal environment we have over 100,000 people.
Wow.
Over here. Okay, and it's very busy than what you are seeing now. Okay, so when the fisherman comes in like this, they give the fish out to the women, and then they come and pack. So every place are packing space. So the market is actually consists of 90% women, because here the women sell the fish, and then the fishermen actually go for fishing.
Okay.
So when you come from fishing, you give a fish out and go and rest. So mostly they select their aunties, sisters, or somebody relative to them to do the selling for them, because they make a lot of money, especially the women.
Okay.
Okay, so when you do that, when you choose a relative, the money stay at home. You don't spend much as a fisherman.
Okay.
So now this market, as you see it like this, is divided. It's not in chaos. You don't just go anywhere to get any fish anywhere. From the end there, it's almost closing.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes around 2 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock a.m. and then so you will not see much more people here. So the end there where the music is going on, over there they sell red sniper, grouper, tuna, and then the middle is for shrimps and prawns and lobsters. Then the end there is for herrings.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want fish, herrings go here. If you want shrimp, prawns, you come to the middle, and then the red sniper and grouper. We fish throughout the year.
So this market has a name.
Yes, and it's called Mpobin Fish Market.
Mpobin Fish. What does that mean?
Mpobin is our local name for a garden of the fishermen, a place for
so
that.
This tribe, what is this tribe in Ghana? What is it?
Yeah, so this part of the tribe, I mean in Ghana, like this particular area, we have the Fanti people.
The Fanti people.
Yes, it's full
the
of
Fanti
the Fanti
people of
community.
Ghana. Yes.
Yes. The Fanti,
How do they say? How do they say welcome in Fanti?
Akwaba.
Akwaba.
It's same as the tree.
It's a tree.
Yeah, so mostly the tree and then the Fanti, they are almost
the same.
But then if I Fanti, you can easily speak tree, but then when when you speak tree, it's difficult for you to speak Fanti. So that is how it is.
Okay.
Because so this part of the community is only Fanti, but then we have other tribes around. We have the Ghana people, the Ewe people. They are all here, and the Asante people as well.
Well.
Okay, yeah, because it's a fishing community. Okay, now you can see different canoes and then different kinds of flags.
Yes.
I'm going to explain all of them to you.
Yes.
For the canoes,
I see flags of different.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Before then, those canoes here with the boxes inside, they go to sea for 1 week. So imagine yourself on this one for 1 week.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the box you are seeing there actually contain iceberg in order to keep their fish fresh.
Fresh.
Yes, in order to keep their fish fresh. So they basically use line and hook to catch their fishes. That is why they need to stay for a longer of 1 week or 3 days. Depends on your budget. If you don't have enough budget, you don't go much longer. Okay. So that is what we call them awom.
Awom.
Yes, that's the name for them. And
Awom means
awom, like it's just like a cold sea.
Ah.
Like, because when you stay on the sea, it's very cold over there.
Yes.
So like you said, awom. Awom is a code in our local language. Awom sea.
Awom sea.
Yeah, you're only going to experience cold throughout. And that's what we call awom sea. Awom sea, yes. Now, the big ones here actually go for shrimps, prawns, lobsters, and they only go to sea for 3 days. They are semi-industrial trawlers. And they have boxes inside there to keep their fish also fresh. Now we also have these particular ones at the back here with the blue nets. They go to sea for only for 1 day. They are the one that catch herrings.
Herrings.
Yes, herrings. And you see the smaller canoe on it is what they use it for light fishing.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're on the sea and they are doing fishing, they put a generator inside the small one with the lights. Then the big one will go back cast the net around the light because the light is going to attract herrings, especially. They like herring. They like light a lot, herrings. Okay, so that is how the canoes perform their functions towards the port. The paddler ones that you are going to see them around are basically for buying and selling. Yes, so we have a canoe that is passing by. They will go to them and buy and come and sell. They don't really go for fishing. Okay, yes. Now, when we come to the flag.
Okay, because I see flags of different countries. I see Israel.
Yes.
I see France. What does that mean?
Yeah,
does that mean
they look like an international
market?
Yes, it look like an international market. The reason why now it look like international market, for the flag, as you are seeing there, it is performing two functions.
Okay, that's interesting.
One is for identification.
All right.
Two is for direction.
All right.
Okay, so when they go to sea, they don't use compass, GPS to travel on the sea.
Okay.
They rely on the wind.
Flag, on the wind.
And with the help of the flag. Okay, so for the we have the sea breeze and the land breeze. Okay, so for the sea breeze, they understand the daytime the wind will move from the sea to the land, and in the evening from the land to the sea. So when you're on the sea and you want to come back home, look at where your flag is going, and then you move accordingly.
Yes.
Okay. In doing so, they are able to travel to Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Benin.
This boat,
yes, it goes all the way to Liberia.
Wow.
Yes, it goes all the way to Liberia, and that is how far they can go, as well as Nigeria.
Yes.
Without any GPS or compass.
Wow.
Only relying on the wind for traveling. And then for the colors, it comes from their inspiration.
Okay.
Favorite country, political party, religious background, football club, and so on and so forth.
I see. I saw Barcelona.
Exactly. So at a point, we used to have a flag that was not allowed here. Was the Dutch flag, the Portuguese flag, and the British flag because of the slavery.
Okay.
Let me say.
Yes. So why? Because the history of this place is filled with the Portuguese were the first people to build this castle, the Elmina Castle, followed by the Dutch, and then the English took over the castle. Before, during independence, 1957, Ghana, the Ghanaian government took over the Elmina Castle.
The Ghana government is the one controlling the castle now.
So what is the relationship between the people of Elmina and the castle? Do they have a spiritual relationship?
Yes.
What is it for them?
Yes, it's actually a place that we always go there for remembrance.
All right.
So as part of our festival day, at the last part of the week, we all go to the castle there.
Okay, there's a kind of ceremony there.
We do ceremony every year.
Traditional ceremony.
Traditional ceremony.
I'd like to cover that.
Yes, so they will also come in to pour libation. They will come into the castle to pour libation to our ancestors.
Yes, the millions of Africans that went through this. It was a terrible thing that happened to our people, and I think that those libations is what is keeping this place.
Exactly. So we actually do that every year.
Yes.
We go there and pour libation, pray to our ancestors.
Okay.
Some of the history.
Because this is where the slave masters, all of them pass through these waters. They are on the waters on which they pass through.
They were also trading around here.
And they were trading here.
So at the point when we were doing a dredging in this water, we found cannon balls from the bombs and the rest. Okay.
And that castle too was built at that time.
This particular castle up there is called Fort Jago. It was built by the Dutch people. Actually, was to fortify the castle. So only soldiers were there. But then below the fort, we have some buildings, and these buildings we are seeing them over there. They are European buildings. So the Europeans were living here for over 200 years.
Can you imagine?
So they even marry our local people. So here at a point we had a mixed blood. Okay, so we have people that are descendants as a result of that. Okay, so if you see the building carefully, they are European buildings. In Africa, we don't build a house and put another room, one room on top of the roof. We don't also build and put a concrete on the top of the roof. So these are the European buildings.
Wow.
Okay, when you go through the town, they have a lot of their monument buildings around. Okay, indicating that they were here, and their impacts are still here. So at the point, it also affected our names as well. So,
your names, okay.
So here when you come, you hear a name like Vieira. Van Dyke, Zoom. They are all European names. They are not local names.
And I saw those names also in Togo.
Yeah,
I saw names in Togo that I was wondering what names are those. They told me they were slave masters.
Exactly. So when you come to a family and the family is called Vroom, it means that they are descendants of the Europeans that were here. If you hear a name like Van Dyke, they are also descendants. Up to now, their descendants are still blacks, and then somehow they are mixed. Okay, so that is how it is.
Wow. So now, how do you relate with such people? Do you accept them as Africans?
Yeah, we accept them as Africans. They are among us because at the end they we also marry here.
Okay.
And then the blood is still there, and then they have what we have. We eat the same food, we drink the same water.
Wow.
So they are part of us.
All right.
Okay. Yes.
Interesting.
All right. So now at this point we'll be going to where we celebrate our festival on the water.
Okay.
The annual festival.
All right.
And then we'll be going to where we build our own boats. Then I'll also show you the new settlement of Elmina. You know, Elmina used to be right in front of the castle.
Yes.
And it was bombarded by the British government. As at that time, the British governor bombarded because there was a lot of protests because of the slave trade. There were a lot of protests. So the British government was so annoyed to bombard the whole town. So they have to cross this lagoon and go and settle over there. So as we are going, I'll show you the new settlement of the town called Elmina. Good. Now, at this point where we have gotten to is where we celebrate our annual festival. And this festival season is called Bakatue. Elmina Bakatue. It is done here.
Yeah.
So this is the ceremonial ground. And if you look at the structures lining up there, they are the sitting position for the audience. The middle is for dignitary and empowerment chiefs. He normally sits at the middle there, and the left and right are for audience. Okay. So this festival happens every first Tuesday, and on that day, all the canoes go back, and then they create a huge space here. And then the very first people that will come on the water are women. They will be in the canoe to sing and dance, like how the Black Panther is done. You know, when they were going for the challenge, the women were on the water, like the same thing. So they'll be on the water to sing and dance and be drumming as a form of awakening the deity. The deity is actually located up there. It's called Benya. So this lagoon we're on is called Benya Lagoon. Okay, so the Benya shrine is up there. So the priests will come from there and go under the water to perform rituals for about 5 minutes. Immediately they are done, they will cast net 3 times. Any fish we are going to get determined how the whole year is going to be. Whether the year will be successful or not to be determined by the fish that we get it here. Okay, right. And that's the essence of the festival. Is to look into the year, how it will go. Alright. So we'll be having some canoes, racing and swimming, gymnastics and the rest. Okay. Yeah, so that is how it is done. Alright, so now we have come to our boat construction site. So this is where Elmina people manufacture their own boats. Some of them have been exported to other African countries. So not all the owners are from Elmina. Some are coming from Liberia, some are coming from Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
So just buy and send them officially.
All right.
So this boat construction, as we are seeing there, the concept comes from the human skeleton.
The human skeleton?
Yes.
All right.
So there's a straight down board, and that's the spinal cord of the boat.
Wow.
And then there's a ribs. So then the boat will have a head, a chest, and a tail. Then it becomes a living entity.
All right.
So to us, we see every boat and canoe as living in their life. And that is why some of the canoe have cross.
Of course, yes.
Under the cross, there's an altar where prayers are done.
Under this cross?
Yes.
There's an altar?
Yes, depends on your belief, yes. Under the cross, there's an altar.
So under this cross, there is an altar in this boat?
Okay. So anytime we go out to the sea, they hit there 3 times to erect the spirits in the boat, and prayers are known.
All right.
For that. And for that matter, it's about them getting to a good place for a good catch. It's about catch.
So now the cross is a Christian symbol.
A Christian symbol.
So
and those who don't have cross don't have the Christian symbol like cross.
Okay, so those who are not practicing Christianity do not have the cross. So those
they have 3 regions.
All right.
Three regions, yeah.
3 regions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Muslims, the the Christians, and then the traditional
The
one.
traditionalists.
Our own.
Okay.
Okay, so our own goes with the pouring of libation.
Okay, libation.
Like using alcohol, water, and eggs in prayers.
So you can look at a boat here and you know
Yeah,
the person's religious.
yes, exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
religious.
The
Yes.
person is not going to put up cross because
Okay.
he is not into Christ. He's into the traditional one.
All right.
And then the Muslim one, you see some writings. That would let you know that this is a Muslim. You see Arabic writing, they tell you that it's a Muslim.
Muslim.
canon.
Wow.
Okay.
So Elmina is really a junction of religions.
Yes,
You know.
exactly.
Yes.
In one place.
In one place. The fishing community.
Yes.
Yes.
And we coexist.
We coexist. Wow,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So the boat as we are seeing there, okay. The boat as we are seeing there,
Yes.
we take 1 month to 4 months to build.
Oh,
After
okay.
construction, it can last for 30 years
30 years
if you maintain it well.
Wow.
And it costs $10,000 to $100,000
for one boat.
for one boat. And how did they raise money to do it? In olden days, family will put their resources together to build a boat.
Okay.
Now, because of distribution of wealth, individuals
Own their own
boats.
well, so
So anybody who owns this big boat has 2 or more. We have somebody who owns 16 of them.
16.
Yes.
Which is a rich man.
Yeah, very, very rich. And it's a fisherman.
Wow, wow.
Yes,
And the builders are from, you say they're from which countries?
Yes, they build some for Nigeria, for Cote d'Ivoire and Liberia.
Right.
They all come here for their construction. And this is the whole Ghana. I can say that this is the best place you can get a boat.
In the whole Ghana?
Yes.
The best place.
Where you can get artisans to build a boat like this.
Wow.
It's here.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Now, all right. So, all this side of the community are the new settlement of Elmina. All this side.
All right.
Yes. But this particular boat also it can take 4 months.
4 months to build.
Yeah. 4 months to build. 1 month to 4 months, and then we are done. Yes. All right. So also you see where the smoke is coming from? They are smoke village.
Yes.
Like fishing processing village for the women.
Okay.
They actually process their fish over here and then fry them and send them to Burkina Faso and then Niger and the rest go and sell.
Oh.
Okay, so it's owned by the women. You see the structures, there are about 500 of them spread all over to the seaside. Okay, so that's where the women also operate. So in Elmina, when we are not fishing, we do salt mining. We get salt from this water.
All right.
Okay, so at a point, when the water rises, we fetch some in the pond. And then when a period like this from, October, December, the dry season, we get more money at that time. Yes, so that is like another economic activity we do. Okay, yes.
Okay, that's good.
So in terms of economically trading, Elmina has gone through from gold trading to slave trading, now to fishing trading,
fish trading.
as well as
Salt trading.
trading. Yes.
Wow.
So that's the history of the economic
side of Elmina.
Yes.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yes. Yes, so now when we have gotten to, we are actually in between Elmina Castle and the Cape Coast Castle.
Okay.
The Cape Coast Castle is actually at the tip of the land there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so
you see it right there.
Exactly. So at a point where the Dutch were in Elmina Castle, the Cape Coast Castle was also the British.
The British. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so actually it was built in an advantageous point so that they can see each other.
And see what Intura is doing.
Yeah, exactly. And for that matter, for them to be more fortified, Elmina, the Dutch people, they put up the Fort Jago, as you can see at the top there.
Okay.
They built this particular one.
Yeah.
So when you're on the hill or on the Fort Jago, you can see a part of Cape Coast.
Yeah.
And in Cape Coast, there's another fort there. If also on it, you can see part of Elmina.
Elmina.
They are all strategically positioned because of the war between the Dutch and then the British people over here.
Right.
Because the British people were thinking of overtaking the castle as well. Okay, so that they can have total control over the coastal belts of the country.
Oh.
Okay, that's the Gold Coast. So that was the fight. And at the end, they were able to win and get
the Portuguese.
Yeah, they get the Dutch people.
The Dutch people, okay, out of the castle.
Yeah, so now if you look at the view of Elmina from the ocean point,
yes,
we have Tere Hill, There was
Yes.
one with
One.
the church and the one with the fort.
2.
Then the last one over here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's separate. They are not one. The last one over here is for residential purpose. The residential purpose one was actually a place called Java Hill. It is called Java Hill because there was a place in Indonesia when there was a war
Yes.
between the Dutch people. They actually recruit some of our local people to join the soldiers to go and fight in Indonesia. And where they won the battle is called Java. So
Java, yes.
when they came back, they called the place. They came to settle on that particular hill in order to collect their pension from the castle. And they called the place Java.
Java Hill.
And up to now it's called Java.
Wow.
Yes. All right. So thanks so much for coming.
It was a wonderful trip. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes.